Here we can see the materials required to make a pair of bookshelf speaker. The enclosures are made of 11 mm MDF board. This is a 6.5 inch woofer with rubber surround, 8 ohms impedance. This one is a 1 inch dometweeter with 70 mm magnet. The cutout is made to fit the dometweeter properly. These are a pair of 6 dB per octave crossover network. These are the connecting terminals. These are the connecting wires. This is polywool for filling inside the enclosure. This is a tube port of 120 mm length and 40 mm diameter. On measuring dimensions of the enclosure, we get width 9.5 inch or 240 mm, and the height is 14.5 inches, that is 368 mm, and the depth is 10 inch, 255 mm. Here we see the inside of the enclosure made of MDF board. This is the connecting diagram of the components. These are the connecting wires cut as per the required lengths. The wire ends are stripped, cleaned and tinned by solder. Wires are connected with the crossover network input, common, and woofer tweeter in different colors. crossover boards, after all wires connected, now placed in between the port and back terminal and screwed up. Red and blue wires from the crossover input and common goes to the back terminal. The positive and negative wires from the crossover are soldered to the back terminal. The connecting terminal is placed properly in position and drill holes are made for fixing screws. Screws are fitted tightly with a screwdriver. Now we turn the enclosure for fitting the speakers. Firstly, the dometweeter is placed with a support. The connection points are tinned and the blue wire connected to negative and yellow wire connected to positive. Screw holes are drilled and the dometweeter screws are fitted tightly. Before connecting the woofer, polywool is filled inside the enclosure loosely. And the woofer is held with support for connecting wires. Now the red wire from the woofer point of the crossover is connected to the woofer positive. Blue wire from the tweeter negative and the black wire from crossover common point are soldered to the woofer negative. Woofer is now placed in position for fixing screws. Screw holes are made with a drilling machine and screws are fitted tightly. Another box is also fitted in the same way, and the pair is now ready for testing. Right and left speaker cables from the amplifier being connected by pushing in the banana plugs. And the speakers are placed in position for playing some music.